Hey guys, thought I'd do another story time. This is not the story, it's just a little entertainment. Uh, I got this years ago at a yard sale, and it's from California, Eva Gabor, California Colors. And, it comes in this really nice little box. I got this at a yard sale for probably a dollar or two, and my wife still wonders why I got it, but I've always liked doing I, I like having fun at my expense. I don't mind somebody laughing at me, but this is pretty neat, isn't it? I guess that's the way it's supposed to look. This top one here, I'm thinking. But anyway, this thing was $137. $137. This little thing right here. So my goodness, hair is expensive. I should have sold mine when I still had some and it was long, but anyway, I just have a little fun with this. I normally wear a cap with it, and or sometimes I don't. I'll just sit there if somebody walks by, at a cruise in or any place. I say, "Hey, how y'all doing?" Just to have fun. I like when people laugh at me and have a little fun. But just to freak people out, I'll put my hat on and I'll act like I'll act like you know I'm needing a haircut, or when they turn away the look, I'll pull it back up and act like the hair's gone. Anyway, I sure am telling you a lot about myself. My wife already knows all this, and she still married me, believe it or not, still married me. Me acting so crazy. But today's story I'm going to tell you about is something that I'm hoping I don't forget. It just kind of come to me today, and I'm at that age where some memories I don't maybe get the facts just exactly right as they happened. So I'm going to tell you this story today. I was at my grandparents' house, and they lived on a Sand Mountain. That's the northern part of Alabama, Sand Mountain. All my folks are from Georgia and Tennessee and Alabama. So uh, my grandparents lived on top of Sand Mountain, lived on a farm, and they didn't have much money, no indoor plumbing or anything like that. But anyway, it was myself, my mom, of course, my grandmother, and my mom's sister, my aunt, was there. And it was hot summertime, hot summertime. We didn't have air conditioner, nothing. You just put the windows up on the house and hope for some kind of little breeze to come through. Well, my mom and my grandmother and my aunt were all doing their hair, washing it. And they didn't go to beauty shops or none of this other stuff. They were just simple folks, and so they went and was doing their own hair. They washed it, and I think they were at the time they were sitting around the dining room table, and they were putting curlers in their hair. So when they dried, their hair would be kind of curly. Obviously I don't know. So anyway, they were doing that, and talking like women folk do, and I was by myself, playing. And westerns were a big thing back when I was growing up, in the 50s and 60s, and even into the 70s. But just about every show was a western, and I loved westerns. Oh my goodness, loved westerns. Still do to this day. And I was, you had Rifleman, Track Down, Have Gun Will Travel, and you had let's see, what's some more? There's a whole bunch of them I used to watch. Gunsmoke. I love Gunsmoke. I would imitate Chester. I'd make my leg real stiff and act like I had a wooden leg too. If you've ever watched the early Gunsmokes with Dennis Weaver playing the part of Chester, boy, I loved that show. And Marshall Dillon didn't take no slack from nobody. So I'd pretend like I was him or Chester. Anyway, you know how you are when you're a little kid and you're playing by yourself. I had me a stick or a broom as my horse, and I'd ride that stick or broom all over the house or out in the yard or whatever. My grandfather got me a big old long stick one time. Uh, I guess it's 1/2 inch thick, maybe an inch wide, and he fastened a wheel on the end of it. So when I rode my stick, horse, the wheel it wouldn't be dragging the ground, the wheel would be rolling behind it. And I was real grateful for that. Just little things like that, I never forgot. It was nice of him to do that. He didn't have to do that. Anyway, the story I'm about to tell you, I'm getting to it. Uh, First, let me tell you, there's this stuff when I was growing up called mercure cone. Mercure cone. It come in a little bottle, little glass bottle, is about this big around. It wasn't very big, and it had when you took the lid off, it had an applicator on it that was made of glass, and it's kind of shaped a little bit like a Q-tip on the end. And a mercure cone was used to put on, say, like you scraped your knee or you cut yourself. You'd get that mercure cone, take the lid off, get the applicator, and put it on your cut. Put it on, and when you put it on, it would make your skin. It was reddish orange in color. And it would heal up your wound pretty quick. Scrapes and stuff. I was all the time scraping my knee or something constantly. You're a kid. You're outside playing. There wasn't video games or nothing, and I'm glad of it. But anyway, my mom and my grandmother and my aunt were doing their hair at the kitchen table. Hot summertime, humid. I mean, you could just about slice the air with a knife. And it come up a big thunderstorm, a big, big thunderstorm. And I, being a kid, I was prowling around my grandmother's house because I was wanting to be an Indian. And it come to me about the mercure cone I just told you about. When you put it on, it's kind of reddish orange. So I found that stuff in one of the bedrooms, I guess on a dresser or something. Because as I said, there wasn't no indoor plumbing, no bathrooms or nothing. They had a sink, but not, restroom, bathroom. So anyway, I got that mercure cone, and I was wanting to be an Indian that particular moment. So I got that mercure cone, and I started going across my nose, like Indians. If you've watched many Western, Indians, when they was on the warpath, they'd paint up and put on headdress and feathers and all that stuff. So I was all painted up with mercure cone. So I had red all over my face, red lines. And as I said, that thunderstorm was coming up, and my mom and my grandmother and my aunt were all at the dining room table doing their hair, curling their hair up, and they were talking women stuff. Well, the storm evidently got right up over the house, and I mean, it was a strong storm. Thundering, I mean, just it'd shake the whole house. Well, I was real proud of the way I looked being an Indian. So I rode my horse, my stick, broom, whatever I was using that day as my horse, rode it into the dining room where my aunt, my mom, and my grandmother were sitting. At the same time I got in there, it thundered so loud, or lightning or something. But anyway, the big light that was over the dining room table, it come crashing down on the table, and knocked the power out, everything. So oh my goodness, it terrified my grandmother and my mom, my aunt, and myself. But I was on the other side of the table, of the dining room table. I just rode my stick pony in there, going to show them, that I was an Indian. And well, when that chandelier or whatever fell, that big old light had a lot of glass. It fell and hit the dining room table really hard. When it did, all the glass went everywhere. It scared everybody to death. Well, they looked up and seen me, and I had, that mercure cone, the red mercure cone that you use for scrapes and stuff, all over my face. I'd made lines. I was on the warpath. Woo! So, oh my goodness, they come running toward me, and I thought, ooh wee, I was already nervous from the chandelier falling, or whatever that big old light was, and how you're a kid, you think you're in a lot of trouble, because I used to get tore up. I used to get whippings all the time, and I needed it. So anyway, they come running toward me, and they seen that I had mercuric on it, wooden cuts all over my face from the chandelier light fixture. So they just, they was just, oh my goodness, they hugged me and kissed me all over, glad that I was okay. And, they was laughing about it, and I thought for sure I was going to get my rear end tore up because they didn't, back in those days, they didn't hold up on rear end busting. I mean, uh, that was normal for me, several times a day to get my rear end tore up, and I needed it. Anyway, that's the story. Me dressing up as an Indian, but I was okay. And I didn't get my rear end tore up because my mother and my aunt and my grandmother were just tickled to death that I wasn't hurt. I guess looking at me and you seen all those red lines that looked like blood and, maybe glass in my face, why you kind of understand why, in a way, that I didn't get my rear end tore up. So that's the story for today. And I have a lot of stories I'd love to tell y'all. If you will subscribe, leave me a comment and let me know whether or not, excuse me, that you like story time or not. I can do some more or I can stop. I don't want to bore anybody or anything. And I'm just kind of doing this just because, if I died tonight or today or, sometime soon, somebody will have heard this story. And my aunt is still alive. She's the only one left that's still alive. So I'm going to see if she might remember this story and she might get a kick out of it. Anyway, hope y'all's having a great day. Didn't mean to make this so long. And let me know what you think about my hairpiece. That's when I was going to see Brian the other day with the gas tank and the wheels and stuff, I had this on. I didn't have it. See, I kind of had it like this a little bit, but he noticed right away and started laughing. So I just have a little fun at my expense. I don't mind at all somebody laughing at me. It's just all in fun. And if I can make somebody smile, then, I feel like mission accomplished. There's so much sadness and stuff in the world nowadays. It's kind of hard to find something to smile about. So anyway, enough on that. Hey, y'all have a great day. Please like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and let me know what you think about story time. I've got a bunch of stories to tell you if you want to hear them. And also, I'm on Instagram, Primer Is Best, all one word, and Facebook, Primer Is Best. Thanks a lot. Appreciate you watching. Hope y'all's having a good dry day. It is pouring rain here, and that's why I thought I'd do this video. Y'all have a good day. Catch you in the next one. I'll see you later.